I'm going to bind over. I'm looking at the totality. I think 3 different times in her direct testimony, she mentioned that she was there for 4 or 5 hours. He wouldn't let her leave. She said she kept going. All right, gentlemen, your appearances for Jonathan Monroe.
Good. Afternoon, Your Honor. Please let me hearing on that for people, PA 406.
Good afternoon to Your Honor, Madam Clerk, the obviously speak for to be made on behalf of Mr. Monroe, stands to my left. Please take it forward.
Good morning, Your Honor, Jonathan Monroe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Are we ready?
Your Honor, we are prepared to proceed. However, I noticed there was an issue with the felony information or the informational agreement here. Court has received, there was a missing habitual third offender notice, which the people has needed to.
That's fine, that was fine.
However, I think, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really matter if those are the same departments. I guess it's just board shall put in the defendant on notice today on the record that we can do.
Understood, counsel? Okay,
Well, in there, they have the information that it comes to serve.
okay,
But yes, the people are ready to proceed. Stand your honor.
okay. Let's call a witness.
The people first call Jessica Osborne to the stand.
Ms. Osborne, all the way up front. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today? Watch your step on this incline ramp. Settle in that chair right there. When you're ready, Mr. Leckie.
Good afternoon, Ms. Osborne. Can I please state and spell your name for the record?
My name's Jessica Osborne, it's J-E-S-S-I-C-A, Osborne, O-S-B-O-R-N-E.
Very good. But I'm gonna, those people are talking, navigate. So you gotta have the phone just a little bit closer. It works, okay. All right. So, Ms. Osborne, were you, do you know anyone by the name of Jonathan? Okay, and who is that person?
He is my ex-boyfriend.
And ex-boyfriend, so it's fair to say that you would be able to recognize him if you see it.
Yes,
Okay, and is he an important protection?
yes,
Okay, can you please take a moment and point to him and identify him by way of page?
he's right there. I don't know if I'm sure.
Okay, Your Honor, at this time, I'm going to ask the record reflect witness to identify the defendant.
Noted.
Okay, now, were you with that individual on July 10th, 2026?
Yes, I was,
Okay, and where were you?
I was in Providence, being the show. By the, resort,
By what place?
the resort.
A art store. Okay. And what happened?
He was drinking and he was going from being hostile, laughing and crying. He was punching my car.
Okay, so let's back and forth. So what type of day was it?
When the sun occurred, this day was about, started around 8-ish.
Okay, is that in the evening or the morning?
He,
Okay, and now you said he was drinking, so where are you? So you're at a party store, where? Okay, parked, meaning you're in a car?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's driving? Okay, and you said he was drinking, was he drinking in a car?
he were outside and he went in and got
Got blown.
bottle.
Okay. So, bottle of what, you don't know?
It was
What is that? Okay. So, what kind of offering?
uh,
And what did you see him do with it?
he was drinking.
Okay, the whole thing?
He was, yeah.
Okay. And at some point in time, does he come back?
He was he said he was talking to me. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, so you gave him 30?
He said, we were talking, pretty much the whole show. And
So I'm gonna stop you there. So did you arrive with him?
no,
Okay, so he was there and you arrived separately.
I arrived at the store first. He was straight, I suppose.
Okay, so you met,
Yes,
and he asked you to speak for 30 minutes before he will write, what is that?
that. He wasn't letting me leave, he wanted to get out of my car.
Okay,
I got to tell him I had clothes and yes.
okay, because you're kids.
Yes.
Okay, so what happened?
And he talking about us, and it was just. It was all back and forth, talking about us and everything. Sound.
And
What does that say on?
what was that? Yeah, so he said you've been talking about us and motorcycle.
Yeah, he's talking about because. It's
Okay, are they your kids or?
my, it's got.
Okay. And that's right at the beginning of this 30 minutes.
We're listening to music.
Okay,
And then songs play. He sang, cried, laughed, and started punching. I dashed her window.
so you punched your dash in your window from the inside or the outside?
And it's like,
Okay, and what did that?
it broke my window.
And. Okay, moving on from that, what else?
Jesus on the store. Because I was driving a lot of people. And so you get in the store, he automatically, you know, it's wrong, but 99. You know, they're just looking at me. The last time I went to the store, they actually at me.
And that's the store, sure,
Yes,
or whoever was.
for the floor.
So, I want to get back to the car. So is there any time when you said he's punching the dash and then the window, is he punching you with them?
No, he did. They said, "Well, have what people are ready with this."
Okay, so for the record, I see you moving your right hand, over the palm, in the direction right, so left outside your body to or inside your body, almost like a slap, right? And then in fact, you made a slap sound with your hand, is that what you said? Okay. So, and you said he kissed you, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay,
he had a little more.
grabbing your kiss, did you ask him something?
Yes,
Okay, did you do anything else?
probably just grabbed my thigh.
Okay. Where,
I think so was.
okay, and
But he didn't touch me.
what do you mean by that?
My heart.
Did not touch you in your right knee, basically, okay. Did he touch you anywhere else?
No, he's going to grab me because of it.
Now, your inner thigh, you said how close to your privates was
About 2 inches.
it? Okay. Now. Okay, when he was kissing you and touching your thigh, did you guys do something?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
We go to the whole of the week. Very opposite.
And what do you think was happening?
I'm scared. Got punched everything. I got over dash my thumb.
Now, did he touch you anywhere else? Now, when he was kissing you. Sorry, that for you.
After I came my third retired, I was sort of like turn. I was sort of like, he was like to go back.
Okay.
He was right on my face, on me.
Okay, now, at any point. How intensely was he kissing? Whether it just a little pass or can you, how would he kiss?
I got him over.
I'm sorry?
I got him over the plate for me.
Okay. Was he? Now, are you sure that you didn't touch your products?
Objection, Judge. It's been asked me, it's available, and it's a closed today. Are you sure?
Any response?
Sir.
Asked and answered, move on.
Now, is it that, do you remember any other contact?
I can tell her daughter, sorry, she was at home, she had to defense, he's no, leave.
And I'm just being physical. So when he's busy with, I kind of asked, was it a pack or anything like that? And you didn't really answer that. So what, how did you start on this?
I was gonna say, it's not the case, it's me. My face doesn't make bad.
Did it go beyond this? Okay. His tongue didn't penetrate around the phone. So your mouth was shut. Okay, he didn't force anything in your mouth. Okay. And you filed. Now, at some point, did you call the police?
Yes, I tried to use that last time, all the sodium, I've been very good.
Okay.
From that, I did the SOS, I was trying to get people to call. At the same time, because I get stored, I did the SOS for people to touch my phone.
And who's,
And I put it in my bag, and I called back.
Okay, I'm having a real hard time understanding this woman. So start over with SOS. Did you say he snatched your phone?
He wanted to try to snatch my phone, God.
Okay.
I don't have the SOS.
okay, so,
The phone, you can ask it to call, or you can slide over and calls. Emergency services.
okay.
So I did that, I did put it in my back waistband. Because
And, but at some point, you go to the police or,
yes,
okay. And do you make a statement still?
yes, the,
And you sign it, right?
yes, the,
And in that statement, you cover exactly what.
yes, the.
So then I want to approach, okay. And that's, I'm sorry. The last thing I asked you was that's exactly what happened, correct?
Yes,
So I want to approach your statement.
Yes,
Yeah, and I want you to read it. I see some questions about it. Okay, so don't read it, talk about it, just look at it first and then we'll talk about it. So you can go ahead and grab it. It's too big. Okay. And then flip it over when you're done. Okay. Is there anything different in that statement than what you're testifying to today?
well, Judge, I think that's, proper, it's not a refresh that you can teach you, so. What? This is a way to correct witness testimony.
So what's the legal objection so I can have Mr. Leckie respond?
You're saying what's the proper, refresh, in which case the law speaker saying.
Counsel,
I think that's it.
try that.
Now, you just stated that everything in that report is accurate, where, correct?
yes.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you, was there anything that you left out today that's at all?
I don't understand what you're saying. You've got to speak more clearly and speak up. I don't want a translator. I want to hear her say what she's trying to say.
And I
Take a second.
That helps having the mic close to you like that. You need something to drink?
Everything. One is in the home, starting my Saturday. Yeah, sort of around certain parties where he was getting ready to get up and punching at her. Had her on the face against me. He was that one from.
So, I'm just saying that, so did you tell, I'll show you there that touched your body?
That he was having your eyes.
Well,
He
did you write in that statement that he touched your body?
he was going.
So I understand, but my question is, in that statement that you just read, did you write in there that you touched your body?
Yes.
Okay. So is that what happened?
Yes.
So you did touch your body?
He very between my thighs, back of my ear.
Okay.
Where he was grabbing my thigh. Yes. Gosh.
Right. It touched your body?
Yes.
Okay. That's it, thank you. I'm gonna go grab that from you. There, okay, and I am looking for this, that's thank you.
And
Yeah.
good afternoon, Ms. Osborne. I just have some questions for you. If you ever need me to rephrase it, you just let me know, okay?
Yes.
What?
So, Ms. Osborne, I want to start first with that statement you reviewed. To be clear, do you remember writing out this statement when police asked you?
Yes, she.
And did police give you an opportunity to kind of collect your thoughts and write down what happened?
Yeah, the circumstances of what's going on.
Understood. And in that statement, you want it to be accurate, is that fair to say?
Yes.
And just try to remember as much as you could about what happened given the circumstances.
Yes, sir.
You'd agree with me, Ms. Osborne, that there's a part in that statement where we're able to indicate and almost like circle what happened to you, correct?
Yes.
You agree with me that in the places you could circle, you could mark whether or not someone had inappropriately touched you sexually, correct?
Yes.
You could mark if you ever were touched or sustained injuries, correct?
Yes.
You could mark whether someone restricted your freedom of movement, correct?
Yes, sir.
We're reviewing it again fresh. You're reviewing it to see where you're looking.
Well, I don't remember.
We're reviewing it to self.
I don't know. Well, answer.
So that's what I'm saying, we're reviewing it to see what your circle felt professional.
I do, but my sort is going to be the same.
Understood. May I have questions?
Sure.
Is that your question? Okay. You'd agree with me, Ms. Osborne, that you did not circle that there was any bodily injury, correct? Did you circle it or? Okay. Did you circle where it said sexual assault? Did you circle where it said interference with freedom of movement?
I believe I don't. different, simple items. Somewhere. Um,
I think certainly where it says other, we start. And how soon was this taken after the incident?
I entered that for over 4 hours, so I'm mad, but. And we have to have it. Almost that.
And I want to talk about when you're saying that Mr. Monroe goes to the store. Is he going to the store by himself or are you going to?
No, I had, you want to go by something.
So each time you're saying you're going in, so together.
Yeah,
And you said that you arrived at the store first. So I want to clarify why you were at the store. To be clear, you don't live in that store, do you?
no, he was talking. That was very close.
So I'll just break that down a bit. You live in the park, correct?
Yes,
Outside of Mr. Monroe being there, you had no reason to be at that place, so correct?
I actually go there every day, go around and whatever, get straight, not even have you have to.
You're saying you live half a mile from
I don't see those guys actually work. Right on the street.
at the top of
No, it refers.
Okay.
The airport.
So you're saying you live right down the street from the park?
She says she works there constantly.
Right on the street.
So you work right down the street from the park, so you say you, prior to this incident, go every day?
No, or break.
The question was, at the time of this incident, you were at that store on a regular basis.
Yeah, gentleman called me, he wanted to talk.
Okay, so there's testimony that he asked you to go to the party store?
Well, that's not in there, but,
That mess,
yeah,
it's not the
no,
same
he
thing.
said, I have messages,
Messages and voicemails from his number?
yes,
Okay, and to be clear, he would have been texting or calling your number?
yes,
Okay, and that's the number ending 0083, correct?
yes, sir.
Now, you told the police, Ms. Osborne, that you asked to meet Mr. Monroe, is that correct?
No, I did not.
Well, specifically, you told police that you asked
Where
him
is
to
it?
come over to talk about your children.
That's not what I said. At all.
And to be clear, you have 3 children.
Yes.
And you had mentioned that part of this was about your older son.
No. That was 100%. We were talking about credits, and that's because, to be honest, because he missed his heads.
You're saying he missed his kids. To be clear, these aren't kids that
No,
have to come.
you know, it's all of this.
So I just want to make sure the record's clear solid. When I'm asking a question, you can wait. I already know the answer, but we just need to make sure the record's clear, okay? Yeah, thank you. So I'll just ask again. You all do not share your children, do you? And when you were at the party store, did you drink at all?
I had no shot because got put in my face.
Did you drive at all?
No, I was just in a parking lot for 5 hours being out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You never left to go to the park.
We didn't park. I was not drinking. This is waiting for that. This is waiting for that.
Okay, so you actually saw them earlier.
Hours before that.
And then you decided to be at the park.
We were at the first store. That's it. Our name on the legal consent. We crossed the mountain power. And we,
There's no question on the floor.
So, Ms. Osborne, is it true that earlier in the day you texted Mr. Monroe to meet up to have sex?
no, not at all.
You did not.
No. I have.
At the time.
I have messages.
Did you show us the police?
No, I have my phone.
In terms of this relationship, were you also dating or were you exes?
Work access. You got back, we come back on the days on long.
Now, how long did you settle?
Because I think one of my kids was them.
That doesn't help us because I don't know when the funeral was.
Said,
Yes.
and you're saying that he no longer lives with you at the Lincoln Park?
No.
Okay, did he ever live there?
Yeah, yeah,
And then after March, he no longer lived there?
no.
You said that you were trying to, and I want to go back now to the part. So you said you were trying to get people to call. So you're saying that there were folks around that party school who observed this happen.
Yeah, I think he was.
Okay, so customers,
He was saying you better call her every time to execute me. That's what he was saying. He was very hostile.
okay, so to answer my question, I'm talking about people around.
Yeah,
Were there customers in the store?
yeah,
Okay. And you're saying they observed what was going on.
yeah.
There was a store clerk or a store owner, correct?
Inside the store. There were no customers inside the store.
But you said that you would enter the store and
Yeah.
sell parts. Did that store clerk or store owner make any observations at that point?
No, they're not object, no, like. What, I don't think she can testify with the store.
I don't think it's her or anybody.
Miss Osborne, you keep talking when other people are talking. I'm done doing that. Your response?
To my objection, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You were in the middle of your objection when Miss Osborne decided to add something.
Again, I'm objecting to her ability to testify to what the store owner observed.
I didn't think.
Rephrase.
So, Ms. Osborne, did any of these interactions you had in the store take place in front of the clerk or the owner?
We logged the store, he grabbed me. They seemed terrified, so I did not say what they.
Okay. And did you ask anyone in the store to call the police or no? Okay. And you said, oh, to the customers, both to the clerk.
Both.
Okay. And then you're saying there are multiple times actually we're going in a store fair.
Yeah.
So at multiple times we asking people to help you either outside the store or inside the store.
I was going to the store to deal with, I mean, we used to get shut store. So we're having to follow and grab my phone to last was emergency. And I were my bag with back wouldn't say you know, and that's the store and then both the store smaller were all in that here. Do my phone. Plane. Then I had to call back. Talk to this, but
And you were talking to police while Mr. Monroe was in the car.
we were inside, we were walking out of the store, so I sat with my kids, we tried to snatch my phone.
Okay, so you had that conversation with police while Mr. Monroe was next to you.
He not next to me, I was actually back away from him. And he had a short time t-shirt. And they all hold on.
Okay, so I think you need to answer my questions on the solid one. Was Mr. Monroe next to you when you spoke to the police or no?
He was about Okay. A little bit. How are you understand to me?
Would you say that's about 9 or 10 feet?
I guess.
Now, when police arrived, did you have any injuries on you? Did you have any, did police offer you medical attention? Is it true that you given false reports to the police before?
No,
Yes, sir.
No.
Is it true that you've been arrested for assaulting and stabbing, your partners?
no,
Did you provide any receipts of the repair to people?
I don't know. Okay. Where's, that's next one.
Where is that?
Sneeze, otherwise.
Oh, thanks. Nothing.
Mr. Leckie?
So I have a couple of questions just to follow up.
Okay.
When he was touching her in the car, what did he say? When he was touching her in the car?
He asked to have sex, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. And then the last. And how did he respond to that?
He asked her face it, started kissing.
So,
He started punching my dashboard. Then everyone told her.
and then I want to ask what, you said someone said, if they come better, whatever. Okay, what's that?
He was talking about the police.
Okay,
And then he even jumped out the car and fight customers, was trying to.
Your Honor.
Mr. Roberts, any recross? Ms. Osborne, you step down. Watch your step on the ramp. What's next, Mr. Leckie? No defense, I'm ready for argument.
To reserve for rebuttal, but, for a probable cause standard, all we have to prove is the criminal sexual conduct in the fourth degree. Which requires me that I prove that there was sexual contact, that being the touching, staying in the thigh and private area, as this victim stated, and it has to be, sorry, and that it has to be for a sexual purpose. She testified that he asked for sex, she said no, in which case he looks in the mind for what leads me to believe it could be inferred as a sexual purpose.
Judge, understanding that, people don't need to provide evidence for the misdemeanors, all just speak to count 1, which is CSC 4. At first blush, Judge, this complainant said that it was not for a private area. I think there was an attempt at an impeachment to get her to conform to perhaps previous statements. In any event, I mean, the first thing that she stuck with was he was inches away from the private area. At that time, we heard nothing about this being him asking her to have sex. That was something that was no redirect. And actually, the reason there was no need for me to recross on redirect is because the timeline that Mr. Leckie laid out for redirect explains why this cannot be a CSC court, even if you were to believe what she said. Because as Mr. Leckie asked, what happened after your private area was touched? At which point she's alleging that Mr. Monroe says, let's have sex. She says, no, I'm on my period. At no point does she say, then Mr. Monroe continued against my will to touch my private area or force me into a position, because again, CSC 4 requires force or coercion. The law does not punish, and I don't believe what she's saying, but even if you took it in the light most favorable, the law does not punish people for trying to initiate without force or coercion sexual contact. It does penalize if, when it's no longer consented to, you use force or coercion to overcome the lack of consent. She's saying that he was punching the dash, doing this, doing this, doing this. She never says that he continued to touch her private area or near the private area. So there's not sufficient force, even if you believe everything that this witness said, which I wouldn't. Even if you did, the timeline illustrates why this cannot be a CSC court. I think the credibility also, Judge, was put on full display as to why the story doesn't make sense to me, at least, how she's at this store often, but not really, and then she's there to meet about kids and give clothes back, but they haven't been together since March, so why would she have his clothes? But again, taking it like it's favorable is not CSC court because of some force of coercion or the sexual contact itself.
Mr. Leckie.
Specific with language before I use it.
Sure.
And this is a, I call it there a second. Read closer to her. Okay. So you're on to promote jury instruction for criminal sexual conduct in the fourth degree. It's a little more inclusive than at first I was anticipating. However, a touching of the inner thigh also consults to a results in a criminal sexual conduct in the fourth degree. So even without that general contact, which I don't think it was a force of her or a lack of her trying to, become something. I think it was sheer nervousness. You heard it in the way she was shaking. Her tone was very low. She was nervous, and she stated on the record that she was nervous to talk about the touching of her private, which I think is understandable. However, that is an issue of credibility, which I think would go to a jury. So, Your Honor, we're left with a CSC fourth degree that has to prove force or coercion. She stated, I don't kiss me, had her lips closed, was fighting off his advances throughout this entire. Now, the reason why I bring up the reason why it's important as stated, and I don't think the timeline necessarily matters, just because he said it after he touched her thigh doesn't mean that he didn't have, the requisite mental intent to have sex with her in the moment he stated that word. I mean, he was touching on her thigh. It can be reasonably inferred that that was for a sexual purpose or for sexual gratification, which is what the statute requires. You need a purpose for a sexual purpose or sexual gratification. Now, he is touching on her thigh. He touches her private area. Even if the court doesn't believe that testimony, the inner thigh is a touch. He was kissing on her, attempting to get some sort of sexual gratification from this woman, and she refuses, and he still overpowers her. Touches on her, he is hitting her, There's a lot of stuff that goes on, breaking her car, that, Your Honor, I think there's enough for probable cause to assume that CSC court out.
Mr. Roberts, any response?
I think the response by the people leaves out the force or coercive part. Even if, again, we're taking like most favorable to the people, that there was a sexual touching, that sexual contact must have been accomplished through force or coercion, meaning it's not enough to say that I was touched on my inner thigh and I didn't like it, or I was touched on my butt and I didn't like it, or I was touched on my genitals and I didn't like it. That would be an assault and battery. What makes it criminal sexual conduct is that the sexual contact was accomplished through a separate element, which is force or coercion. Kissing someone, right, inappropriately, if you agree with her, would be assault and battery, right? The alleged slap would be assault and battery. And mind you, these things are happening after the sexual contact had already allegedly happened, right? She's saying that he got angry because she refused sexual contact. Okay, but that clearly shows that the sexual contact ceased and he was doing other things, allegedly. So if those things don't lead to another act of sexual contact, then you can't say that, even based on her testimony, that she's describing an incident where someone is attempting to make sexual contact through coercion or force. It becomes an assault and battery, which I think is plainly more in line with what she originally testified to anyway, until we got the kind of improper impeachment, in my opinion, that she was touched on the thigh. She's saying she doesn't want it, which of course any person can say that. I'm not saying that, she's said that it was consensual. We can agree, based on what she said, we want it to be consensual. But where's the force? Where is the force to accomplish sexual contact? That is not present, therefore, at best, this is an assault and battery. I think that's even what case law said. If every touching was a criminal sexual conduct, then the legislature would said so, right? Something to that effect. We don't make all butt touchings sex offenses in the state of Michigan. We don't make all eye touchings in the state of Michigan criminal sexual.
Mr. Leckie, help me understand your argument. What is the force that you think is the fourth degree force or coercion? What force in this fact scenario?
I think necessity is coming from the fact that her face was grabbed and a kiss is being forced on her, that after which, or during which, he's grabbing on her thigh, touching her genital area. She's saying, stop, I don't want that. And then after he asks for sex, maybe. I don't think the timeline was fairly clear, and that could be on my part, and I'm happy to recall her if that's what the court would like, and reopen the proofs if that would clarify that issue, because I think that may have been a possible error of mine, but it's my understanding when I asked her what was going on, there was kissing, he grabbed her face, she had her lips closed,
She made it clear that she didn't want to be kissed.
and then that was followed by, because I asked what happened, did Reeve also touch anywhere else? Then she included that touching and that feeling of the inner thigh. So, Your Honor, I think that is the necessary force. I mean, the kissing is not one incident. We're not robots, we're humans. We don't, as soon as we're done kissing, we don't reset. Let me do another action. Oh, that has a different intent. Let me do another action that has a different intent. That's not what we're doing here. This is the continuous flowing series of events that I think all plays into this defendant's sexual desire, his state of mind, and all go into what he wanted and kind of the emotions that were running at the state of mind. So I think there's enough for like.
All right, thank you. I'll give you one more shot, Mr. Roberts. Anything else?
I'll stand on what I said. I think the witness made it very clear to the final events in redirect. And I think it's happening allegedly, and then it's followed by what she's claiming to be retaliation for the touch. Then the retaliation and forceful coercion is happening after the sexual contact. And if that's the case, there is no force or coercion that would satisfy the CSC quote.
Okay. I'm going to bind over. I'm looking at the totality. I think 3 different times in her direct testimony, she mentioned that she was there for 4 or 5 hours. He wouldn't let her leave. She said she kept going in the store to get away from him. He wouldn't let her go in the store alone. He was forcing his affections on her to the point where she was as far away from him in the car as she could get. I'm not really clear on the timeline when the various things happened because I think she was all over the board with that. But it was obvious that there were many. His affections were not wanted. She was trying to get away from him. At some point, he touched her on the inner thigh and said, "Let's have sex." I agree with Mr. Leckie. What he said and what he did made it pretty clear that he was interested in sexual gratification. I'm going to bind over on the felon. AOI is the 25th at 9 a.m. Anything as to bond, fellas?
Not gonna be one of those,
Thank you.
Bond will be continued. Mr. Monroe, good luck downtown. Mr. Monroe, you owe us $800 or $340 that you've owed us since 2021 on a parking ticket.
As you my start payment plan on it.
Go downstairs and make some arrangements before you leave.
Thank
You're welcome.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
You as well, gentlemen. No problem, counsel. All right, Joe, you can shut off the TV.